It's me, Joan. Welcome to another edition of Reading with Joan. I am your host, Joan, and I love reading books. And I love reading intercontinental books. Books that are going to bring children back to the memories of their heritage. Right here in Scotland. If you want me, join me. If you want to join me, every Tuesday and Thursday, 4 p.m. and on Saturday on our Facebook page, later on YouTube, where we'll discuss about different topics that relate to us. I hope you enjoyed today's reading and I hope you have fun as you read with us every time on this program. Remember to like, comment and subscribe to our channel. Most importantly, tell somebody else about us. Hope to see you soon. It's me, Joan.
Hi! Thank you for joining us, Reading with Joan. Today I'm talking about Pauline Straker-Rodgers. Pauline Straker-Rodgers was born in 1950 in Kingston, Jamaica, to Granville and Anne Clay Straker. She attended Greenwich Primary School in Whitfield Town. Straker-Rodgers became interested in making dolls as a hobby, which was encouraged by both her neighbour and her mother. After Straker-Rodgers settled in the UK, she attended the Ellen Beddington doll-making classes in Beckenham. It was at this time she decided she wanted to pursue doll-making as a career. While fine-tuning her skills, she realized that a doll's clothes, hairstyles, and other characteristics can be used to depict its cultural heritage. Wow! She saw this evidence in European and, to some extent, Chinese dolls. While dolls of African descent had been more caricatured. Straker-Rodgers believes that dolls reflect a person's cultural heritage and give a sense of identity and pride. For this reason, she is careful to get the design of clothes and features of the doll correct. Straker-Rodgers states with this in mind and encouragement from family and friends, she decided to start making her own African wigs and costumes. Friends were impressed with her designs and asked her to host a number of seminars to teach these skills. In 1997, Straker-Rodgers came to international attention when she was invited by the Global Doll Society, GDS, to become one of its specialty teachers. Really? This made her the only recognized teacher in the world of African wigs and costumes. Wow! At the 1998 GDS convention, Straker-Rodgers, along with her 10-year-old daughter, won prizes for their doll costumes. Pauline has also won the Doll Crafter Excellence Awards at the ARAL Dolls Festival in 2008 and the Butternut Challenge at the Doll Maker Circle. Ooh! Pauline Straker-Rodgers continues to create dolls, winning competitions and conducting seminars and leading workshops in the UK and Europe. Summary: Pauline Straker-Rodgers uses her specialized doll making skills to depict images of people from her own culture, in the same way that the Most Honourable Marcus Garvey saw value of African children being exposed to dolls which look them. She has also used this rare but very much needed craft to teach her country folk the art of doll making. Pauline says, I want to use my dolls to portray positive images of people's culture. What I learned is that We should make something that people like. We should be like them. We should make things that people would use. And we should be creative like Pauline. Thank you for joining us on Reading with Joan. Bye!
Hi kids, I hope you enjoyed the reading time with the J girls. Where were we? We were reading, or we are still reading, Wangari Maathai, the woman that planted 1,000,000 trees. Last week, as a summary, we got to a point where she was back from the US from her studies, and she's beginning to change things and make everybody think about their choices. Let's find out. Wangari creates 3 nurseries across Kenya, which she entrusts to village women. She provides the women with a financial bonus for each tree that grows. Good idea. So everyone that grows a tree, she gives them some money. The government officials who brought their fortune by grazing forests tried to stop Wangari. Kids, that always happens. Who is this woman who confronts them with a confident voice in a country where women are supposed to listen and lower their eyes in men's presence? Wangari believes confident women have an important role to play in their family, in their villages, on the entire African continent. She can't be quiet. With countless sisters to help, she who belongs to the leopard doesn't get discouraged. She kept planting trees. That is the picture of Wangari and the women that were planting trees. Wangari is determined not to let one more single tree be cut down. She doesn't lower her eyes, even when she faces President Daniel Apamo, who will rule Kenya for 24 years. He wants to build 60-story building and a statue of himself in the heart of Umar Park in Nairobi. Wangari rallies her friends to fight the bulldozer, and the project was abandoned. Look at Wangari on the bulldozer, stopping the government project. Moi then planned to launch a huge real estate project in Kuruma village, which would threaten endangered species such as the blue monkey and the river hog. Wangari stood tall. She called the world to the rescue, replanted trees, and forced the president to back off. Don't I just look forward to women like this today? Kids, you can make a change to your world. After her victories, a Kenyan man tells her, "You are the only man left standing." Wow. By standing against the authoritarian power of Daniel Apamo is dangerous, Wangari is now a threat. She knows that the president will stop at nothing to silence her. He is a powerful man who orders police to shoot at crowds of demonstrators. Something recently happened in Nigeria too, and crowds of demonstrators were shot because some youth stood up to their government. She is humiliated, hurt, hit, and imprisoned several times, but she doesn't give up. Each time she is released, she fights to liberate political prisoners and speak out against torture. Wangari received death threats and often must hide outside Kenya, but she persevered. Wangari wants to make democracy grow like trees. She knows that if people work together, to decide the law of our country, it will become stronger. Wow. She dreams that Kenya children will be able to play with tadpoles in clear water on the fig trees at the edge of great forests. She wants them to be able to eat when they are hungry. Wangari quickly realized how many battles she must fight in order to save the trees. She runs several times from elected office, creates an environmental party, and rallies the opposition to help to bring down Daniel Apa Moi. Facing rising protests, President Moi tried to divide the people in order to rule. He knows that when tribes fight one another, the president can quietly govern the way he wants. Wangari and the Green Belt movement help foil Moi's trap. She suggests offering young plants from tree nursery to neighboring tribe as symbol of gestures of peace. Little by little, these peace trees bear their fruit. Wangari even succeeded in convincing soldiers to help her cultivate friendship through tribes. So these are warring tribes, so they will exchange trees so that they will not fight anymore. Don't you see, sometimes political parties use people just for them to achieve their aim. They cause set of people to fight so that they can achieve their aim. Terrible. People are always looking for power. President Daniel Apa Moi finally fell in 2002. The country has a new constitution which requires him to retire. His party lost the election. Wangari is elected to the parliament. The new president appoints her as Assistant Minister of Environment, Natural Resources and Wildlife. For Wangari, now affectionately called Mama Minti, or the mother of trees, a new part of her life story begins. She now holds the power to make decisions. She can finally work to make Kenya a fair nation for women and men and trees. That's the beautiful Wangari. Today, there are more trees in Kenya than there were when Wangari began her work, and democracy has been established. The Green Belt movement still protects trees, such as those in the Congo Basin, the second largest tropical forest in the world. Wangari Maathai and her supporters planted more than 30 million trees, and every day, even now, new ones are planted in Kenya. Wangari Maathai was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize in October 8, 2004 for the countless seeds of hope she planted and grew over the years. She was the first African woman to receive the prize. To celebrate, she planted a Nadi flame tree in her house in Nuwiri at the base of Mount Kenya. That was where she planted the tree. The mountain and the inhabitants of the forest around it, leopard, bongo, antelopes, and other wild animals and humans, must have been proud that day. And that is the picture of Wangari Maathai, the mother of trees. Despite the numerous responsibility, Wangari Maathai never forgot the importance of a simple and concrete act of planting. Kids, will you plant a tree today? Someone did, planted many trees. Maybe you could also sponsor some tree planting somewhere like she did. But I'm really proud of her life. And I hope you and I can make a difference in this world like she did. Kids like Wangari, a lot of heroes of our past have fought for the democracy and the little independence we are enjoying in Africa or the rest of the world. The world has faced several types of horrible leaders, and there have been always people that have stood against those leaders. Be it said, those people have never gone unpunished or severely dealt with, but they still stood for their right. My question is, what are you standing for, kids? And what are you going to stand for? Are you just going to join the popular crowd and be silent when evil is being done around you? I hope you think of one good thing to stand up for, one right thing to stand up for, especially for today and for the future. Thank you for joining me today on Reading with John, and until next time, we'll read another wonderful book on Reading with John.